panther knows its home is in the jungle, but when the jungle decides to outcast and oppress the panther, it must react, or will forever be in a cycle of oppression. So, react it did.
Well, Romit, how does a jungle cat reform anything?
Well, it's not exactly a cat.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about. The Black Panther, an ancient warrior from a hidden country of Wakanda.
Whoa. Slow down there, Russell. Here, picture this. It's 1966, Oakland, California. Life is great for many. Batman just came out, and a new era of British music was rolling out. Everything seemed fine to the average American, but for the African American population in Oakland, life was getting harder every day. Although the Jim Crow laws had finally been abolished, life was still the same for many people. Being treated differently nonetheless, being made fun of, and being targets of police brutality.
Police brutality is when the police use excessive force, sometimes leading to death, on civilians, usually following a pattern of racial profiling, followed by abuse. These cases were on the rise in Oakland, California. Every day, many people of color had to face the harsh reality of being who they were. Day after day, abuse after abuse, it was getting worse by the moment. Luther Smith Jr. fell victim to a case of police brutality. Police entered his home without proper warrant and beat him and his family. Arthur James was followed into a restaurant by two officers who opened fire on him, claiming he yielded a bar stool. Both officers were cleared for the death of Arthur, proving that liberty and justice for all is not in fact what it claims to be.
But two friends had an idea. Born on February 17, 1942, Huey P. Newton grew up in the Bay Area after migrating from Louisiana in an attempt to escape the violence. Life wasn't any better in Oakland. He was arrested several times as a teen. He even states, "All they did was try to rob me of the sense of my own uniqueness and worth, and in the process nearly killed my urge to inquire." He grew up in the time of the Jim Crow laws, and that shaped his views towards white culture and police in the Bay Area, and would later affect how his future would play out.
Bobby Seale was born October 22, 1936, in Liberty, Texas. There he spent most of his childhood moving around until he and his family took part in the Great Migration and moved to Berkeley, California at the age of 8. He attended high school and then dropped out to enter the Air Force, where he was later kicked out. After getting his high school diploma, he attended college and took part in the Afro-American Association. That's where he met Huey P. Newton, and from that moment on, history would be written.
Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale wanted to see a reform in the community by creating a revolution against police brutality as a reaction of the oppression they faced and the lack of political representation of the African American communities. They founded the Black Panther Party, a group dedicated to the protection of their people and rebellion force to the police. Following in the footsteps of Malcolm X, the Black Panthers fought the violence with their own violence.
Due to cases such as Arthur James and Luther Smith Jr., the Black Panther Party was originally created to be a police patrol force. They would patrol African American neighborhoods in cars, searching for and confronting police. They would watch for many unjust activities. In one of these confrontations, injustice was done to one of the members. 18-year-old Robert James Hutton, otherwise known as Little Bobby, was the first recruit and first treasurer of the Black Panther Party. He was 16 at the time. His story further shows the injustice of society. It was April 8, 1968, only 2 days after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Hutton was in the car with Eldridge Cleaver and other members of the party. The group was actively looking for police and ended up shooting 2 cops. In retaliation, Hutton and Cleaver were engaged in a 90-minute gunfight with the police. Cleaver was shot. Hutton, knowing that the fight was a losing battle, surrendered to the police. Hutton had stripped down to his underwear to prove that he was completely unarmed, but the Oakland police still shot Hutton 12 times, and he was killed. One officer even said what they did to Robert James Hutton was first-degree murder.
Cases such as Little Bobby's are exactly what the Black Panther Party was trying to prevent. Their cause soon caught wind and took the nation by storm. Those who were frustrated with the peaceful approach rallied and felt united by the party. Outside of the original party based in Oakland, Many others started to be founded around the United States. Some notable ones were in Los Angeles, New York, Seattle, Chicago, and Philadelphia. Founders Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale took notice and started what is known as the 10-Point Program.
The 10-Point Program is the Black Panther Party's mission statement.
And it simply says exactly what black people have been crying for 400 years. 1, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our own black communities. 2, we want full employment for our people. 3, we want decent housing fit for shelter of human beings. 4, we want an end to the robbery of the black community by the white racist businessman. 5, we want decent education that teaches us about the true nature of this racist, decadent system. Education that teaches us about our true history and our role in society and the world today. 6, we want all black brothers to be exempt from military service. 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. 8, we want all black brothers and sisters held in federal, county, state, city, jails, and prisons to be released because they have not had a fair trial. They've been tried. They've been tried by all white juries who have no understanding of the average reasonable man in the black community. Number 9, this is where Brother Huey is being caught. We just want the courts to make sure we have peers on the jury, or people from the black community, as defined by their jive constitution, the so-called United States. 10, summary with the major political objective. That is, we want land, bread, housing, clothing, education, we want justice, we want peace. The major political objectives, we want a black plebiscite, the UN, the black colonial subjects will participate, dealing with, analyzing, projecting politically upon the racist atrocities that have been committed against black people.
The Black Panther Party wasn't all roar with no pounce. They also helped serve their communities through charity. By founding over 35 community survival programs, the Black Panther Party was dedicated to their mission to help the people who can't help themselves. They fed the children out of their own pockets and helped inspire the federal free breakfasts we have today. They also created local newspapers covering the stories of black American communities.
However, due to their violence, the Black Panther Party received hate from many Americans. This placed them in the FBI watch list. The FBI stated, "Extreme caution must be exercised during all encounters with members and associates of the Black Panther Party, as they are reportedly attempting to prearrange the location of interviews in order to kill 10 FBI agents. Due to their proven record of attempts to kill police officers, all Black Panther Party members and associates are considered armed and extremely dangerous."
The Black Panther Party's ideologies still exist today, serving the different groups around the U.S., focusing on the empowerment of young African American generations. Most of these new groups focus more on politics rather than the original ideas of the Black Panther Party. However, one group has started to repeat history.
In recent times, the party has emerged once more, serving the same role as 60 years prior. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was present in recent anti-ICE protests in Philadelphia, after numerous cases of unjust activity by ICE agents. They aim to protect the oppressed and check the powers of the ones who aren't worthy of it. History repeats itself. Racial profiling and unjust oppression is fought by the Vigilantes who strive to protect the ones who can't protect themselves, showing a lasting impact of the Black Panther Party brought to society. See, Russell, it wasn't so hard.
Oh, I get it now. The Panther reacted, but the way the jungle still oppresses him, his mission has never truly been completed.